Hello, it's Miss Mary from the Clarksville-Montgomery County Public Library, bringing you another bedtime story time. Tonight we're featuring books about Valentines. The day is getting really close to us. So my first book tonight is by Cynthia Rowland, and it's called If You'll Be My Valentine. If you'll be my Valentine, I'll kiss you on the nose. I'll scratch your ears and rub your head and pet your little toes. What has he got there? It looks like a kitty cat, doesn't it? If you'll be my Valentine, I'll give you extra treaties. I'll give you 2 and maybe 3 and let you lick my feeties. Who's his friend? Is that a puppy dog? Looks like it. If you'll be my Valentine, I'll take you on a walk. I'll pull the wagon just for you, and we can sing and talk. Looks like he's got his little sister there in the wagon. If you'll be my Valentine, I'll write a special letter. I'll add some hugs and kisses too to make it even better. Who's he writing to? Looks like Grandma. If you'll be my Valentine, I'll sit with you today. We'll read a book about some frogs if you do not want to play. Oh, he's taking care of his little brothers. I even see cookies on a plate next to them. Yum. If you'll be my Valentine, I'll take you in my car. You'll sit up front so you can look, but we won't go too far. Can you tell who's in the car with him? Looks like he's got his friend Bear with him tonight. If you'll be my Valentine, I'll sing a song for you. And when you fly up in the sky, then you can sing one too. Looks like Mr. Bird is already singing back to the little boy. If you'll be my Valentine, I'll pour our tea at 3, spicy cookies and an orange just for you and me. Oh, he's treating his mother now. If you'll be my Valentine, I'll make you a funny face. You can make them back at me when we go to different places. Look at all their funny faces that they're doing. If you'll be my Valentine, then I'll be one for you. We'll love the trees and all the world. Look how he's hugging the tree. We'll love each other too. And what does he say? Happy Valentine's Day. That's a lovely book, If You'll Be My Valentine. He was doing a lot of helping for different people. Here's one of my favorites by Laurie Friedman, and it's called Love Ruby Valentine. She's a sweet young girl. Deep in the heart of Heartland, in a house of oak and pine, with her feathered friend named Lovebird, lived Ruby Valentine. Now, Ruby had a favorite day, and Valentine was it. According to all who knew her, this day was a perfect fit. Ruby loved to say, I love you, and she loved to say, be mine. And she loved to sign her hearts and cards, Love Ruby Valentine. Valentine was Ruby's chance to do what she loved best, and as the special day drew closer, Ruby would not stop to rest. With 5 days until Valentine's, Ruby started making cards. She and Lovebird sprinkled glitter, and they curled ribbons by the yard. With 4 days down and counting, Ruby and Lovebird began to bake. They cut out heart-shaped cookies. They iced a heart-shaped cake. Look at their cake. It looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers there, and they're all shaped like hearts. They never left the kitchen with only 3 days more to go. Ruby and Lovebird filled up goodie bags and tied each one with a bow. With just 2 days left remaining, they have worked morning, noon, and night, signing cards and wrapping gifts until each package was just right. With Valentine's one day away, Ruby carefully checked her list. Then she loaded up her wagon. No one in Heartland would be missed. Can you see all of this in her wagon? It is stacked so high. I hope it doesn't topple over. The night before Valentine's Day, Ruby chose what she would wear. She tried on her purse and shoes. She washed and curled her hair. When everything was in order, Ruby made a special sign. It sat high atop her wagon and read, "Love, Ruby Valentine." Tired from all of her hard work, Ruby lay down on her bed. She hadn't planned to stay long, just to picture the day ahead. But when she closed her eyes, Lovebird scarcely made a peep. She snuggled up next to Ruby, and they both fell fast asleep. Ooh, will she wake up in time? Uh-oh. They slept right through the morning and on into the afternoon. They slept right past the evening, and they never saw the moon. And when they finally awoke, Ruby saw with dread the date. That was when she realized she was very, very late. I can't believe I missed Valentine's. Now I'll have to wait a year to tell everyone I love them. And Ruby wiped away a tear. Slowly she picked up cards and started putting gifts away when, in a squawky voice, Lovebird said, "Let's go today." Ruby looked at Lovebird. "Folks won't like that one bit. It's the 15th, not the 14th. They're sure to pitch a fit." But Lovebird kept on squawking, so Ruby made a choice. "All we can do is try it," she said in a tiny voice. So she straightened up her wagon and tried hard not to frown. With Lovebird on her shoulder, Ruby walked to town. She delivered cards and candy. She passed cookies from a tray. She gave out gifts and goodie bags to all the townspeople that day. Then she summoned up her courage and what she had to do. "I know I'm so late," she cried, "but I am so sorry too." What happened next surprised her. No one seemed to mind. They just thanked and hugged her for being sweet and kind. You made today a celebration, so why would we protest? Hip, hip, hooray for Ruby. We think you're the very best. Look at all the townspeople. They're so excited. And that's when Ruby realized that saying, "I love you," doesn't have to wait till Valentine's. Any day will do. So now she sends out cards all year that say, "Will you be mine?" And she signs each and every one of them. How do you think she signed them? Love, Ruby Valentine. That is such a special book. She did so many things for people. And Valentine's here, so it's time for you to start making your cards and getting them all ready to go out. And maybe you'll get some chocolates. You never know. So let's raise those little arms way up high and take your big deep breath and let it out and bring them back down slowly. Because now it's time for me to say goodbye to all my Storytime friends. Until next week, goodbye.